What's up guys, Duarte here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to take a look at another matchup in Alliance Wars. We are going to take a look at the X-Men versus the Sinister Six. This is going to be the Sinister Six with Dr. Octopus, with Swarm, and with Lady Electro. Now this has been a difficult matchup for many people to face the Sinister Six on Alliance Wars defense. I have seen many people losing against my Sinister Six and they are very underwhelming. So I don't know exactly why, but I'm going to tell you how you can beat them very easily with the X-Men, and why these teams actually fit perfect with one another, and why the X-Men counter so well the Sinister Six. So I hope the information on this video is helpful and you consider sharing it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. And if you're new to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. So we are going to take a look at the T4s that you need, the ISO weight recommendations, positioning recommendation, and after we'll go through a clip and see step by step what you have to do in order to beat the Dr. Octopus version of the Sinister Six very easily with the X-Men. Okay, so in terms of the positioning, you want to use Phoenix and Colossus in one corner, and you want to use Cyclops and Beast in the other corner. And that's going to be because Beast right now is probably the character that you have less yellow stars and red stars on, and less gear invested, even that he is a great character, one of the best supports right now in the game. And Cyclops is because he's very squishy and you want to make sure that it takes the least amount of splash damage as possible. And Psylocke, she can be in the middle, it doesn't affect too much. You can have Beast or Psylocke in the middle, it doesn't matter, it depends on whoever is the strongest. And right now I think this is the perfect team of the X-Men because of the combination that you have with Psylocke and Beast. If one of your characters go below 50% health, Psylocke will apply counter and evade to them, and then Beast can bring them back up from 50%. So you can see you can make a loop between the two of them. And yeah, so in terms of T4s, the ones that you kinda need, kinda essential for this matchup, the special from Phoenix, also the passive from Phoenix. The special will grant you more healing for your team, so you have more sustain, because once again you have to remember that Sinister Six, they do a big engagement right from the start. They are one of those combo teams that are very strong at the beginning of the match. So the special from Phoenix with the T4 will allow you to give some more healing to your characters. And then in terms of other T4s, the ones that you want to have is on Cyclops, and you want to have his passive and his ultimate. The passive will grant him more charges that will allow him to do more damage with his ultimate, and the T4 on his ultimate will make sure he has the highest multiplier possible and do as much damage as possible. The other ones are not so important. You could use the T4 on the ultimate from Psylocke, but it's not really super necessary, and we'll take a look at a few mistakes I did and what you can do better in terms of this matchup. Now in terms of ISO weight, you want to use Striker on Cyclops because you want to do as much damage as possible, so you want him to have the highest base damage possible. On Beast you want to have Healer. I have him as a Striker because this is my Blitz version of the Beast. With Psylocke you want to have Skirmisher on her. With the level 3 she'll be able to remove extra buffs with her special and also apply vulnerability, but the end goal is to have her with level 5, and with the level 5 you have more focus, and that will allow you once again to remove more buffs more consistently, but with her ultimate apply the negative effects to the enemies without being resisted. With Colossus you want to have Striker as well with him, not because he's going to do more damage with his basic, but because he's going to do more damage with his passive. So whenever he's attacked, he's going to do more damage with his passive ability. The Fortifier or Healer on him is very unnecessary because he's extremely slow, and because he's a tank, if he gets turn rewind or something like that, it's less likely that he's going to do the effects from Fortifier or the effects from Healer. In terms of Phoenix, you can use her with healer as well, or you can use her as a skirmisher and apply vulnerability to a target that you think you are going to make damage in the future. The vulnerability applies 10% extra damage to each of the characters that attacks them, as long as you don't consume it with a striker. So yeah, those are the T4s, the positioning and the ISO weight that you want to use with this team in order to beat the Sinister 6 very easily. So let's take a look at the clip that I did and what I did correct and what you can do better with the strategy in order to beat them very easily. Okay, so here we are, and we are going to take a look step by step to what I did and what you can do better. There were a few mistakes that I did here. The strategies, we always have to polish them, and there are a few situations where you have to take into consideration what you want to do next, especially when you have the first wave of attacks from the Sinister 6 and then the second wave of attacks, but we are going through it right now. Okay, so the first wave of attacks, they are going to apply many negative effects from us, coming from Lady Electro, and plus we have the negative effects from facing them on the security. So as you can see, Swarm is applying all those negative effects, and of course, like always, you want to transfer all of them into Phoenix, and this defense down is going to be extremely helpful, and that's one of the reasons why the X-Men are so good against the Sinister 6 with Swarm, not only because Phoenix can absorb all those negative effects, but because one of those negative effects is also defense down, and you want the defense down on Phoenix so she dies as fast as possible, which is the goal of Phoenix, of course. Okay, so that's the first thing to have in consideration. Psylocke applied the dodge and counter to Cyclops, but he had the disrupt, but now Beast is going to heal up a little bit more of Cyclops, so he can get that dodge and counter once again. Okay, so here was one mistake that I did. I used the special from Cyclops, but you don't want to use the special, you want to use the basic in order to apply the defense down on Lady Electro. The other characters, they have deflect. Beast is also a very good character against the Sinister 6, and another reason why this team, the X-Men, is so good against the Sinister 6, because when Beast heals up, he removes the deflects that Mysterio gives to the team. On spawn, Mysterio gives 2 deflects to the entire team. Beast can remove many of those deflects. Okay, so now I use the special, but you should use the basic on Lady Electro or on Dr. Octopus. Probably the Lady Electro is the best option because she doesn't have too much turn meter, and Dr. Octopus will remove the defense down right away. So this was a mistake I did, but you already know the correct answer on what to do. So here the Shocker does the offense up, and here is another option that you want to make. If you have the vulnerability, the skirmisher at level 3, you should do the special on Lady Electro and remove the offense up from her. That will allow you to take less damage on Colossus, that will be tanking very soon. Other option that you can make is to remove those negative effects and transfer to her, and if you are lucky, or if you have the T4 on this ability, you'll be able to apply offense down on Lady Electro, and that's going also to help Colossus tanking. But once again, I think the best option is basic with a Cyclops, then have Psylocke with level 3 skirmisher, and use the special on Lady Electro to remove that offense up, and then save her ultimate for the next turn because you are going to require it. Okay, so let's continue. Here I was deciding on what to do. I did the wrong decision, but it was also based on the actions I took. But now you already know which actions to take in order to do the best job possible. Here with Colossus we extend the defense up. Now Shocker attacks Phoenix and the Colossus. Lady Electro keeps attacking Phoenix, and then Dr. Octopus, as you saw, destroys Phoenix and she goes Dark Phoenix, and yeah, that's what you want pretty much. And here we have a few options. So Lady Electro attacks Colossus, and like I said before, you want to remove the offense up. There is nothing you can do about that. And as you can see, Colossus can tank it very well. And now Swarm does his ultimate, and this is when you want to use the ultimate as well from Psylocke to remove all these negative effects from your X-Men. And this is once again another reason why the X-Men are so amazing against the Sinister Six, because Psylocke can remove two negative effects from the X-Men and transfer them to the enemies. Okay, now you want to use the special to make sure Phoenix heals up the X-Men. She applies 2 regenerations to all of them. That will allow you to get them up to 50% once again. Then Beast applies defense up, speed up, and offense up, and that will allow you to go first than Rhino, and you can then wreck the team with Cyclops ultimate. Not only has plenty of charges, he also has offense up, and that will allow him to wreck the team. So as you can see, they got completely destroyed, and you only have to get rid of Swarm. Swarm is able to flip the defense down into defense up, but it's not a huge problem. After he does his ultimate and the special is not a big deal. So yeah, we entered through the mistakes I did and what you can do better in order to beat this even easier, but as you saw, it was pretty easy. So yeah guys, that's gonna be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the X-Men against the Sinister Six with Dr. Octopus, Swarm and Lady Electro. As you saw, it's a perfect match. If you do the Phoenix special, then you save the Psylocke ultimate, you'll be able to remove all the negative effects that they have, and the Colossus is tanky enough to deal with the Lady Electro, and Cyclops is able to do tons of damage in order to destroy the Sinister Six. And even on top of all that, you had the ultimate from Phoenix with offense up, so in case any of them would survive, you would be just fine. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. Smash that like button like a boss. If you found the information on this video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys later.